Okay, so let's get started today with, now we're gonna, so right now what you have when you've been doing your words, your 500 words, it's just been a bunch of text. So probably. And so to make
Mhm.
things a little more engaging now and exciting for the people that come to your page, um, we're gonna start with the title. Let's talk about the title first. You know, there's that box at the top that says title. And then you want to put what you want to talk about up in the title, of course. There are different ways to do that. And I think the best way to do that is most people are using the internet now, are doing it on this device. And they're asking questions to their phone. And that's how they're finding the answers on the internet. So you want to provide them with the answer. So if you can guess the way they're asking the question into their phone, and if you can make that
Mm.
in the title, how do I clean this gum out between my
Mm.
toes? Then when they say to their phone, how do I clean this gum out between my toes? Your article comes up with the answer.
So make your title a question.
Make your title a question the way that you think they would ask it, right? So you don't want to
Mm.
say, it would be better for you not to say, how do you clean your bathtub? Instead of saying, how do you clean your bathtub, or you would want to be, how do I clean my bathtub? Because that's the way, or how can I clean my bathtub better? Whatever you think that how they're gonna ask the question, that's the title. And I'm not saying all of your posts need to be like that, but your best ones will be like that. When you can match what they're talking to their phone about, you're going to win. That's more traffic for you, more traffic for your book. So you have the title, and then you have your words in there. And then beneath the first paragraph, you're going to insert a photo. And you can get, there are free image places on the internet. We'll give you a whole bunch of those later, where you can get photos and drop in there. Pexels, PEXELS.com is the one that I just kind of use routinely to grab free photographs from there.
What is it again?
PEXELS, Pexels.
Pexelx.
ELS, as in Sam.
Oh, Sam.
So
And those
now
are free photos.
those are free to use, yeah. So you don't have to worry about copyright infringement or anything like that.
Yeah.
Now you want to download them in the smallest size. I mean, you could download, like it gives you different size options to download the image. The smallest one is going to work the best. So for what we want to do, because one, we don't want to take up a lot of resources. We want it to pop up on the phone really fast.
Gotcha.
So the small image is going to work best, with a minimum of 640 pixels wide is the kind of the smallest you want it to be. Depending on the photo and where you're getting it from, you might have to use a smaller one. So, but do the best you can to get at least 640 for the size. Now, here is an SEO trick. SEO stands for search engine optimization.
Oh, I wonder what that was.
So when you're going to download, if you get it from Pexels, you're going to download it. If you get it from Google Images, you're going to right click and save as. And so you're going to, however you get it down on your computer, you need to take a note of where it's stored at. And you want to, before you upload it to your site, you want to change the name, the file name. Let's say you're in your Facebook account and you're going to use one of your photos from your Facebook account that you took. then you're going to download that photo. It's going to have a string of numbers as a file name, .jpg. That is useless. So you need to go into your file manager. Hopefully you know how to do that. And you want to rename that file. So it's string of numbers, .jpg, and you want to change that, this one under the first paragraph, to your title name. How do I clean my bathtub? Right? So, and that's going to be, hopefully it's a picture of someone in the bathtub. Or something that relates. Okay, so that goes in here. And then you're going to have some more text after that. And now so we want to put all of these elements in here. It makes the page prettier, and it also makes it more search engine optimized when we put in headline text. So Daniel talks about this in the video, and so you can, if you haven't watched it already, you can rewatch it on today's video. So the headline text, you get different options. The best ones to use are not H1. H1, I don't want you to use that. Because it's too big and Google ignores it. So no H1. So you just have H size H2 and H3 are the, now you can use the other ones, H4, H5, H6, to make it look pretty, make it look better. But you're going to get, it's more search engine optimized if you use H2 or H3. So you're using them in between the text. You have some text here, and then you're going to put in a headline here. Now, in one of these headlines, in either H2 or H3, we're going to put the title again, further down in the body. Yeah,
Really?
we're gonna put it as another title. That's double dipping, and you're only allowed to repeat this phrase like 3 times. So you want it. I mean, you can do it more if you have to, but it's best not to make it look like you're trying to mess with Google. It has to look really natural on the page. So how do I clean my bathtub? So down here, you're going to say, now, how do I clean my bathtub? And then underneath that, you're going to have some more text. And then another element that you want to add to your pages for more search engine optimization, because Google is an information network. And so it's trying to provide, its whole goal is to try to provide its users with the best news and information out there. And so it's going to be looking for these things, a bullet list. Now, if you use a bullet list, there's a chance that when people say, how do I clean my bathtub? Google's going to search down through your content if it finds a bullet list and put it in the search results. So if there's other people saying this is how you do your thing, you're going to say, here's the top 10 ways to clean your bathtub. 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C. And it'll put that in the search results. And people love doing that. So they click on the little down arrow. I don't know if you've done this in Google, seen these kind of results. And it'll show you the top 7 or 8 right there in the results. And then click here for more. So that's why if you have a top 10, it's great because it doesn't show all 10. And they have to go to your website to get the other 2. Yeah. So 10 is good. Oh, your things are going to be so beautiful. Everybody got a handle on that? That was kind of a quick overview. Any other questions or
Yeah, I guess I'm
concerns?
not really clear about that. The bullet points down there.
Yeah, the bullet points.
Are you saying actually have bullet points in the blog? Or...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you can actually, one way, like when I do that, like I don't do it as often as I should, but when I do it, I like to do the bullet points, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it is. I'm actually the 7 guy, so I have a lot of 7s. The top 7 this, the top 7 that, and so I'll do the bullet list. Now that's an outline for the rest of my article. So then I do a header for number 1, and then I write a paragraph or 2 on number 1. I do a header for number 2, and I do a paragraph or 2 on that one, following the bullet list.
Cool.
And there's other things that we can do with those later too. We haven't got to that part, but we're gonna learn how to make graphics with the bullet list on it that can be shared in social media. Those are pretty clever. But we're not at the social media level yet. I mean, you guys are, but I'm sure you're all using social media, but
No,
no?
I'm anti-social media, but my assistant's got it mastered, so I'm blessed to have her.
Uh-huh. So, what else can we do that's fun? You may think of anything else that
So
you've seen?
I actually do have a question regarding, so when you've already uploaded a picture to your WordPress library,
Yes.
I've been kind of confused if I am going to use it on another page and I change the title or the description, is it going to change it in the library or only on the page that I'm like, is it going to affect all my other pages, or, you
Yep.
know, can I?
If you were going to use a page or a picture more than once, give me an example of a picture you might use more than once. What would
A
that
bunch
look
of
like?
them.
Like which
Like,
ones?
you know, so my 6 building blocks of longevity, water, because a lot of my solutions fall in more than one category. So
Mhm.
I might use it in the 6 building blocks of longevity. Like my talk today was on water, and it falls within habits, it falls within energy healing, and it falls within environment. And so I might use the same picture in multiple posts. And if I want to tailor it to the section that I'm in, is it going to, like, do I need to upload it again if I wanted to have a different title than what's already on there?
You would have to upload it again, but I would suggest using a different picture. I mean, if it's unless it's like an information graphic. Is it an information graphic or is it a picture of someone drinking water?
Well, like, so in my 6 building blocks of longevity one, I was thinking that, you know, I've been playing around with, if I want to show it's part of the 6 building blocks of longevity, but I'm highlighting habits, then maybe I might wind up needing to make one that is stronger on the habits to say, you know, yes, it's one of these, but this is the one we're talking about. And then this is the one we're talking. So but that was just, once I know, because I was just in there yesterday in the middle of the night, you know, rearranging my old WordPress site. And I was wondering, oh, when I change this title and description, is it changing it on all the other times that I've done it?
It is if you're doing it in the image gallery. If you change it there, it's changing it everywhere else too. So you don't want to do that when you're doing it in this kind of a format because it matches your title. So you would want to upload a separate picture and make it match the title. If it's a descriptive graphic, like I'm talking about, for these, they're like a woman drinking water, right? Or someone at the tap, turning the tap and filling a glass of water. A picture, because that draws people in to your website, is having like a picture up here instead of an information graphic. Now I have sometimes, based on the article, started with the information graphic first. Usually I'll though put a picture up top that's that is associated with the article. And then down below that, maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs down, I'll throw in the information graphic. And you don't have to change the title of that one. You can use the same one over and over and over, many times you want in the body of your article. But this picture up top underneath the first paragraph needs to be different on every page if you can manage that.
Okay.
What's an information graph?
Information graphic would be like your bullet list with pretty colors and some arrows and, you know, how.
Okay, so you just put all your stuff like in a box with something in it or something like that.
Yeah, like you go
You just
into,
started graphics to made a box out of all your bullets, all your info that you, something like that, put a box around it and filled it.
you can do that. Yeah.
I don't know what it is, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Anyone have an example of one that you could share with us?
Well, I have my course graphic, right? So that I put on just about every blog, not blog page I do.
Can you share that with us real quick so we can see
Share
that
with-
example
Would you share it how?
on so that we can see it on your screen?
Oh, sure.
So like when I used to do my events prior to taking a hiatus, my flyer would have a box with the different, you know, if you've got this going on, you want to come to this course or something like that. So that what it is? It's like a box with information in it and it's designed?
Yeah, exactly.
Graphics?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll
So
see.
how do you do that
I-
on the blog thing? It allows you to make a box and do that?
Nope. We cover that later. We're not there yet. Thanks for jumping ahead,
Okay.
though.
We were talking about putting information graphics in there, and I
Well-
don't know. I want to, you know.
Right, and I was talking to Robin, who probably has some of these tools already made, right?
Right. So like my talk that I did today with water, then
Mhm.
I have my different, like if I were to save those, because I was thinking that one, I basically written the blog by having, you know, these are the slides that I wanted to use. And I thought, oh, well, I just created all of my graphics to go with the blog that I will wind up writing down, which
Yeah.
I gave it and I forgot to press the record button. So I need to, but I mean, basically the talk is written by the slides. And
Yeah.
so,
I can't share my screen because it's disabled. You have to disable it.
Oh, how do I
I'll
do that?
Google
Anybody?
it. I'll just
Go to your share screen and disable your screen sharing, participant screen
Or-
sharing.
Enable it.
No worries, guys. Don't do it on my account. I'll look it up. I think I got it figured out anyway. Just a box with information and you have graphics in it.
Right, compared
Right.
to a little video you put in or compared to a cartoon picture or, you know, or an image of someone doing it. You know, the cover of the book is
Oh, okay.
different from someone reading a book. Right? So
Gotcha.
one is just information and one is more pictorial. It's more, it expresses more. It's more of a story, I guess.
I like it.
Okay.
I was
Awesome.
also wondering if we want to do a little video to go with it because it's demonstrative. Like when if I want to show Marmas, is that going to make a big difference or not in where it will go in the search engines?
It is going to, but that's a little more complicated to get the biggest bang for your buck. So we're going to cover that in the future. That's another thing that's coming up at the right time. So,
This blog goes
definitely.
onto the websites, right?
right. Mhm.
So, what was I going to ask? I forgot. I'll think of it. Hang on.
That's okay. It'll come back. It'll come back to you. Heidi, I think I enabled sharing. Ah, there it is.
Oh, wow.
There's a nice little, so you wouldn't want to put
That's
that up
nice.
in that top spot. You would want to put that down in the body somewhere.
I like that.
And she could use that over and over again, many times she wants in the body, you know.
Yeah, and just change it if it's
Or-
something different. Yeah.
Yeah. Or leave it.
Yeah, I do. I mean, and now that I'm trying to really sell the course, I have it at the bottom of every article I write.
Mhm.
So it just says, you know, if I'm offering a special or just don't forget to look at or whatever. And I also have my little celestial professor logo there a lot too.
That's good.
So I just put those on there to make sure people, and then I link it to my website and the course image to my course because people really love clicking on the images. They don't even want to read anymore half the time. So
Yeah.
anytime I can put a link in. So those are my biggest informational ones right now.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing.
Sure,
Yeah,
of course.
great. So how are you feeling about now? Let's see. I haven't got Sylvia's plugins in yet. So, but everyone else, you have those. You can write right on the blog or write inside WordPress so that it checks your grammar and checks your spelling for you and counts the words as you go along. Has that been helpful for anyone?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where is that?
Inside the WordPress, when
Um,
I get your site set up where you add your new post, it comes up in a frame, and to the right of the frame is a spell and a grammar button. So when you're ready, you can run those and it will give you some advice. And then at the bottom of the box where you're writing your information in, it's counting all the words. So you know when you've got to 500. And some of you have been zooming right past 500 and going into 2,500, which is great. 500's like the minimum. So more is better.
So I want to share something. I don't know if this is good or bad, but today I did a post and it was so long. I did part 1 and then at the bottom I said go to part 2 and did another one.
I'm
Like a
glad you brought
continuation. Is
that
that
up.
okay? Not good.
Yeah, because
Huh?
part 1 and part 2 is not good.
Okay.
You want them to be freestanding because someone is coming from Google and they're landing directly on that page. So there are some things that you don't want to put on the page. Like you don't want to put welcome to my blog. You don't want to say this is today. You don't want to say this, you don't want to say anything that makes it look like it's old news, right? So everything you want to speak in like this is important now. This is all current. You don't want somebody questioning like, oh, I landed on an old page. Or if it says, this is a continuation of the previous page, they're like, oh, I'm in the middle of it. It's not going to work for me. They're going to hit the back button. You lost it,
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
so every page needs to be freestanding, kind of answering the question, giving them enough information. You can, and I do suggest that you click inside of your body. We're not there yet. We'll probably cover this next week. Inside the body, you can click to another article that you've already written. So you say, this is how you clean your bathtub, but you might want to check out my other blog post on the different kinds of healthy cleaning products.
And they can just click on it right there in that blog. That's
Right.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I know. I kept seeing something pop up to want to add something. I had no clue what it was, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. It was a box of some sort.
Add something.
I have a question.
Have you talked about the rating, the 1 to 100 thing?
No, we haven't got there yet.
Oh, okay,
That
because
comes
the
with that.
title, just don't forget to tell them about the 60 character title.
Yeah, Daniel mentions that in the video today.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. It took me months to figure that one out.
So you're supposed to use 60 characters in your title
If you use
for the
60
blog?
characters in the title, no more, no less. So if you have to add another period or take away the question mark, whatever you have to do, change it to an apostrophe word, whatever. When you scroll down, it has a place for the title. And if you have 60 characters exactly, the ratings jump. Like from the
Wow.
80s into the 90s.
Yeah.
And the focus one too, the focus phrase has a certain amount they like. If you do it exactly, it jumps the rating so high. I couldn't get out of the 80s, and that's what did it. So that's my,
And what you,
That's a long title, 60 characters.
no, not really. It's like,
yeah.
it's not that long when you, no. Well, you'll get used
So
to
are
it.
you putting like, then you have room to put title and a subtitle, the
Yes.
short thing and a colon and whatever,
Yes.
or the,
Like,
or your name with it or something.
yeah, like I'll do the secret, insider view, the secret life of an HSP, a highly sensitive person, and I did that just to get the 60 characters.
Right.
I just added a couple of words in there, colon, because I really needed the 60 characters.
So you do the title, a colon, and then kind of like a little snippet of a description of it.
Whatever works.
Whatever it takes to fill up
A
that
good,
space.
a good
Gotcha.
tagline, ideally, if every word can count, then you want it to be either a good tagline or you put your name, including however you have your name on your book and that kind of stuff, so that it's always a branding tool, right?
Or actually, you could do better than that if you were using search terms in your title. So definitely you want to think about what a person is going to type into the search engine. If you can have another search word that's similar to the thing that you're talking about, and you can put that in the title, that will help too. So you could say, how to clean your bathtub, shower, or wash basin, right? So you could add shower, wash basin, whatever else that would fit in with that. The easy way,
You
even
can be a master.
could. Some people have these titles.
Cute. I have a question.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
yes, we can hear you.
Okay. When I was writing, I wanted to reference a book that I read years ago.
Mhm.
So I went ahead and put it in, and I thought, I wonder what someone else has written on this particular book.
Mhm.
So I found a blog that somebody else had already actually recorded the book that I read umpteen years ago. It's Sugar Blues by William Duffy, and they had put it on the website. And so I thought, if you're interested in how just what I'm talking about sugar being poison, here's a good reference. And I just listed the URL at the bottom. At the bottom of the paragraph. Is that okay?
Yeah. External links, we haven't got into those yet, but external links are good for search engine optimization as well. So
Yeah. So I thought, rather than go into detail, this other guy has done it already. So, like you said, something
But
as far as
David,
somebody, sorry.
are you supposed to put the external link as a link, or if you just write out the link, is that the same as putting the external link in a word, like link here?
It just automatically goes there, right?
Does WordPress consider it an external link in the same way?
It does well, you have to actually click on the link button. You
Right.
highlight it and click on the link button to make
Right,
it live.
and then put that website address in
Right.
as a link.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't just write it out.
right.
I didn't write it out. I copied it and
Yeah,
pasted.
but you're copy and paste it in the link.
That will make it. But
That-
but that's fine for now. When we
Okay.
get to, we'll get to
Okay,
those
okay.
added tools. So there is a little extra step you can go through when you put a link in there. So when you put a link in there, it's just a text when you put it in your document.
Okay.
And then so when someone cannot click on it, they have to copy and paste it into another
Okay.
tab or
I get
window.
that. Yeah.
So, but there is a tool, if you highlight that link, there is a tool up at the top of where all of your editing tools are that looks like a chain. Like it has 3 chain link, which stands for a link. So if you highlight it and press that and hit the enter button, it'll make it a live link so that they can click on it. And that's actually what gets you the extra rating in the search
That
engine
makes sense.
optimization.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think Daniel explains that in the video today as well. So
Okay. Sorry.
that's good. We're all good. That's great. Thank you, Heidi.
Sorry I was late. I
Oh,
had
better
computer.
late than never.
Well, I had computer problems.
Yeah. No more questions. So like Heidi kind of jumped ahead on the AI SEO program. We're not really looking at that, but if you want to scroll down past your blog post, you'll find it there, that there's a lot of blank area. Now, in the beginning, this program will automatically SEO optimize your page for you. And those settings are pretty good. But you can tweak them, and we get into that later about how to tweak your settings. And that's what she was talking about with getting to it's like getting the score up into the 80s. Like I prefer not to publish a post till I got it up to at least 80, before I press publish. If I'm in a hurry, it doesn't matter, It's better to get the blog out than to worry about what your score is. But then you can always come back to it because those scores show up when you view all posts inside your dashboard. You can see the SEO scores on the right-hand side, and you can go, oh, this one I did 2 weeks ago is only a 69. I can get in there and play with that and make it better. But don't worry about that now. Now we just want to worry about we're this week we're focusing on putting in the headlines, working on the titles, making sure that they're really good. And if at all possible, you make a question out of them, like someone's going to talk into their phone about what they might say there. And that we didn't have paid no attention on putting a photo in this last week. So that's going to go under your first paragraph. Make it pretty. I mean, Google wants it. People want it. They want to look at it, but Google wants to see it the same name as your title. So make sure you save it to your hard drive that way. Or rename it before you upload it.
Did you say put it under the heading, the title,
The title
before you do the sub? Okay.
The title and the photo should have the same file name as the title. And just to make sure it's a perfect match, I always copy and paste the title and put that before the .jpg when I rename the file, so that it's a perfect match. If you make a typo there, it's not going to count.
You think?
It's weird. Computers are. They're so particular.
The purpose of that is to
To increase your
keep,
search result when people are looking for answers. So it comes up closer to the top position, like, I'm not bragging, but all my stuff comes up in the top. And so will you guys do if you do this.
well, practice makes perfect, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
It's a little annoying when I'm looking to write an article and I'm looking for information and find just my stuff everywhere.
So,
Little encouraging, right?
or
This-
challenging.
Yeah. Like, why do I have to work so hard? Well, any other challenges this week?
I
Any-
haven't had a chance to start my the web page or to work with that yet, so I'm
Okay.
probably
And-
have more questions once I do, because like I said, I just got the name. I did the
But-
best I could. I had
You-
issues.
Have you been writing like documents in Word to get your words down?
Yeah, I got 6,000 words at this point.
Oh, good job. Oh. Excellent. That's okay. We can stick them on the website anytime you're ready.
That's my problem is I wrote it in Word and then when my computer crashed, it went into a strange mode and now I can't find my documents that I thought I saved when my
Mm.
computer crashed. So
You mean the Word documents you lost?
yeah.
Oh.
And so I
That's-
kind of cried. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
So
so anyway.
I have to share this with you. I worked on a book for 2 years, and I had all the references and everything, and it was in the computer. I didn't have a backup copy.
Oh no.
It's interesting because I got an endorsement from a doctor, and within 24 hours, it crashed. It was coming out right around when, and it was critical of the GMOs and stuff like that in the early 90s. So that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was depressed
Well-
for 6 months at least, maybe longer.
And certainly is in that
Anyway.
category, is not in that category, but I
Yeah.
had almost 500 words. It was like
Yeah.
on this one, but I thought it was like a really cool, first cool thing I had written and it's gone. So,
Aw.
I've had
okay, so that was lesson learned. So
always save, always save. Yeah.
I thought I did, but when it crashed, it went into an OTP or I don't know what that is, and
neither.
it won't open now. So I've called my computer guy, so hopefully he can recover it for me. I don't know,
Mhm.
but
And-
anyway, so I
I
just
took-
really fast wrote this 419 word blog, so I could at least have 4 things to to show tonight. I'm sorry, I don't have the 5 or whatever I was supposed to have.
Yeah, well, tomorrow is post number 8. So
Hello.
hello.
I'm
That's okay.
late.
At least I'm not the only one.
I have a question for you. I don't know if this matters or not, and I would like to know, like, if you had a really super busy day and you wrote 1,000 words on the next day, make up for the previous day, or
I
is
need-
that's not a problem, is it?
Well, I wasn't going to tell you how to cheat yet, but
I got a pretty busy schedule. Sometimes
Yeah.
I have to.
on the right side of your screen, there is, like, normally we just press the blue button that says publish, but above that button, there is a date. So after you've published it, you can go in and change the date. So
Oh,
So
okay.
you can do that. So it's like, oh, I didn't get one done for the last 3 days. You guys will be doing that this week. I haven't done one for these number of days. So I have to write these
Already?
and backdate them to the right date where they would fit, right? Where you didn't do one. So you can change the date there. And now here's the good news. If you can anticipate this is coming and you have like a day off and you want to write 7 of them in one day, you can also in that right hand side, there is a place called schedule
Oh,
where you can have them automatically posted on those days that are coming.
Mhm.
So so you can do it in advance, which is better. Then they can post automatically on the days that you scheduled them for.
Hmm.
So there's the for you, those of you that like to take shortcuts. Gee, that's a way to do that legitimately.
No. More.
I mean, so you don't
yeah,
have. It's good to get into the habit.
I was wondering
Like-
about that discipline aspect.
There is that part of it, right? It's like Robin, you're the habit queen, right? Create good habits.
I can do
No,
great for a
I'm not the
while, and
habit queen. I know the value of habits, but I happen to be one of those not habitual. I do not do the same thing every day.
Oh, okay.
I'm one of those creative people. God, I would be so bored if I had to do the same thing every day.
right?
Yeah.
Like, don't, when I go to a restaurant, I want to order something different.
Ah,
You know?
yeah. Mhm.
I had a boyfriend for years, oatmeal every single morning. And by I don't know how many years, me and his son were like, no, no more oatmeal. No more. We can't do
Hey,
it. I won't do it.
you can put raisins in it. Now it's different.
No, not good enough.
No.
No.
Cinnamon, honey.
And
But
now just, now I've learned that there are people who have really severe gluten reactions to oatmeal. So you never know.
right. I think that comes from eating a lot of oatmeal, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
probably from the glyphosate on the oatmeal.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yep, quite possible.
Nice. What? Glyphosate. That's how I say it.
Yeah.
This is an awesome group. We could open up this rejuvenating center and just master it, you guys.
Well, we're
I'm-
going to have a show coming up, a summit, where you'll all play a part in that, and so we can make it a health and nutrition summit.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
For sure. Where's that going to be?
it's coming up, and when we get further enough along that everybody can keep up with the daily blog or writing, and we got to get some of these other things under our belts first. But where it gets comfortable enough, it's like, okay, I got this. Then we're going to put together a
Yeah.
show.
I'm not there yet.
Hello.
Yeah.